For me, it just feels like how you felt from day one. You're stuck here, you're going to stay here. For better or worse, you're someone from the gutter. I hate saying my name because I stutter, because like a tongue twister, innit? Oli. 7 years ago, people just took me as a typical boy from Tower Hamlets that lives for three things: himself and his boys. Boys meaning the gang that I used to stay with. I have a very bad temper. And that temper makes me talk back to people, fight with people, gets me into a lot of trouble. So I spent most of my life just trying to make something of myself. During my time, there was no one that would give their Saturday up to teach kids how to play football the proper way. So I thought, why not? So I went to the youth club manager, so I told him, look, train the little ones up and I'll put them into a league.
Right, 5 laps in a big circle, then what? Stretches, lovely. Right, the time I say go, okay? On your marks, no one's on the line. On your mark, get set, chicken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of you got chicken. Right, go. Slowly, guys, slowly.
Briefly,
be careful.
a school sports partnership allows a sum of money to be paid into, in this case, my sports college, which is then used to the benefit of, in our case, 95 primary, secondary and special schools.
Go. Ooh, unlucky here.
I employ a sports development manager who himself employs a range of specialist sports coaches who then go out into schools, teach classes, organise clubs and after-school clubs. We here in Tower Hamlets have developed a really incredible scheme. It's pretty groundbreaking, really, and it's been recognised as such by the Youth Sports Trust, who gave us an award on the back of it.
Sean, major improvement. The time he came, he was here. Now he's always listening, focusing, and his skills have improved majorly. So both of them, fantastic. He scored a fantastic goal today.
I scored 2 goals.
All right, Sean.
Jason got 1.
Buy him a cake.
No, I scored 4 goals. And then Jay scored 1.
Oh, Jay, come on.
Yeah, you got unlucky, my daughter. Next time.
Jay, next time, yeah. The kids that see me in the street walking around and playing football, or the kids that I see like sitting in the corner blocks or doing random stupid things, like to see them turn up to training, so that kind of fill my heart.
Well done, Sean.
Yes, I hit it accidentally, but then I scored. That's not fair. I didn't
You see,
accidentally.
shoelace.
Oh, he didn't hold me. He grabbed
All
the ball and moved.
Some playing for Saif. Well done, V. Ifa. Chop. Chop. Wrap up. Right, everyone to the white line. Everyone to the white line.
Everybody knows me as the sporty one, the bossy one, and Oli, he calls me his homie. When you tell people that I teach PE, they make a face. They can't separate me from the scarf. I've got things to do before I die list. One of them is to teach the kids and to inspire the young in some way. The PETA scheme, which stands PETA, Physical Education Teaching Assistants. Now, we didn't realise that it was going to go into a job, and then it developed into something big, and now it's just getting stronger. We do hockey, basketball, football. It became so popular that we just got to take on everybody who wants to come. The way we measure if we've done enough work is my scarf starts falling off, and if I'm red. If my scarf is still intact, that means we've got 1 more.
We train up young people, 16 to 19-year-olds, who work in little mini neighbourhoods. They work with much younger children, utilising community sports facilities, working up team spirit amongst a group of young people, going to neighbourhood games, summer and winter. Last summer, for instance, at Mile End Stadium, we had just under 1,000 young primary age children taking part in the games. All of those teams, 22 different teams, being run by teenagers. The motivation and the passion and the commitment that they bring to that and spread through those young people is, you couldn't buy it, frankly. It's so good.
Yeah, my name is Marlon. 19 years old. Well, my dream was to play cricket professionally, and unfortunately, I've been ill for a while, so that kind of put a lack of confidence. What made it easier was to get involved in coaching.
They rely on us, and the schools we go to rely on us as coaches to look after these kids in that time and to give what we as coaches are there to do.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a little bit quiet. I said, what? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. There we go. Much better. Brilliant. Okay. My name is Marlon. Okay. So every Wednesday afternoon, I'll be your golf coach. What we're going to do is a little bit of a race. Go.
Wherever we go, wherever schools we've been, even if we bring them to competitions, you hear, there's that golf coach. Oh, he was it. There's that cricket coach. Oh, you that cricket coach. Oh, what's your name again?
Sumit keen. Sumit, they're excited getting off the coach.
I want to reclaim my throne. Remember, I got 4th place last neighbourhood games. The one before that, we came 1st. So I think this year should be out. We should get it back. Definitely get it back.
I mean, you can imagine that the opportunity for teenagers to actually take on that adult coaching role, that adult mentoring role, is invaluable.
Oh, lucky!
I mean, so often in our society, we absolutely deny people in their teens any opportunity, for taking that adult role, for being the organiser, for being the manager, for being the coach. I don't think it is going too far to say that the school sports partnerships have revolutionised school sport. And I've never seen the breadth and range of opportunities for young people, sporting opportunities for young people that are available now through these school sports partnerships.
Is that end of the game? Shake hands. Good. High five. 5. Bibs off. We won. Really excited. Had a good time.
Since 2002, we've seen an increase from 25% to 90% in the number of kids doing more than 2 hours of sport a week. We've seen 1 million more kids doing competitive sport between schools. And I would have thought the Prime Minister supported this, we have a network of 200,000 volunteers from the School Sports Partnership.
Only one in 5 children play regular competitive sport against other schools. Right, the approach that you took for all those years didn't work.
Yes! Come on! Come here! Well done, well done!
Well done, Sabi. Good goal. Good goal. Top goal, mate.
There's no doubt that if the school sports partnerships are dismantled, it will have a very serious degrading effect on our ability to deliver a post-Olympic legacy in school sport. Just to give you an example, when head teachers were solely in charge of competitive sport in this borough 5 years ago, there was one primary school inter-school competition. Now that we've got a school sports partnership, there are currently 37 primary school inter-school competitions.
Chase him. Shoot. Have a stare around again. Have a shot.
The idea that by abolishing the school sports partnerships you'll increase competitive sport, I mean, frankly, it is a nonsense, a complete nonsense. There will be much less, not much more.
Third place for the Bromley by Bow Bears.
I think it's impossible to understand why a programme that is working so well, why a programme that's internationally admired should be wound down.
School and education is about a preparation for life, and so we're looking to develop skills and attitudes in young people that are not measured by exams or exam attainment.
That's why this is one of those issues that has lit fires all around the country.
I think it's going to go back. It's going to go backwards. Instead of moving forward, we're going to go back to 10 years ago, where there was less sport, there was less competitions. Everything's just going to go downhill again.
How ironic. David Cameron is going down to the Olympic Park to turn on the Olympic Christmas lights, and at the same time, Michael Gove is cutting school sport.
We managed to have a small reprieve. We got about 15% of our national money back, but then we were encouraged to, and we set about trying to maintain a pretty full service and a pretty full partnership here. And as it's transpired, we've decided to move towards becoming the Townlitz Youth Sport Foundation, which will have a charitable status.
There's been a really quite savage cut in the money, extraordinarily. I mean, here we are a year out from the London Olympics, and the fact is that the host country has cut back seriously, you know, in the funding it gives to school sport, and I just think that is incredibly short-sighted of them.
Even if there was no Petters or none of this, my kids know who I am, and they will. If I said I'm doing a club after school, they would come. And because what's happened in the last 3 years, because of this organisation, that's what we've built with the kids, a relationship, and they know who to turn to.
A lot of these things need to continue in convincing people that rather than that slightly old-fashioned approach of having a few people perhaps stuck in a council office or up in a governing body office somewhere in a county, trying to provide sport for young people in our context through those mechanisms wasn't really working. But what we've got is we have these young people who are living on estates, who've been to the schools, who have very good relationships with other young people, who have good relationships with their families, who've been through the experiences, the very same experiences that have stopped the young people participating. They're able to, and they're very motivated to, make sure that those barriers aren't restricting the other young people from taking part.
There's lots of things which we have done here which could be replicated almost anywhere in the country, not least, you know, what you're seeing here today with, you know, these fantastic 16 to 21 year olds, pretty much, organising an event for 1,200 young people, working in many neighbourhoods across our borough. I mean, this is young people working for and with young people.
Most of us are going to unis, we're going to get our degrees, we're going to move on with life, well, most of us. But those who've gone full time with the scheme, they're going to be jobless.
The country does not benefit if there's no tomorrow.
That does not have a meaning no more, because they've ruined the meaning, because the build up to the 2012 was the scheme, and the scheme focused on how to train kids for the future Olympians.
Thank you.